but sometimes you're like,
Well, people only really post like the top 3% of their life, right?
Yeah, right.
And
Nobody posts the bullshit.
No, like I'm not gonna post you a picture of like after I just got done screaming at my children and it was like my worst day ever. Like who? I mean,
Mascara's
people
running.
might want to say, no, I have fake lashes. Not worry about that shit. But
so you didn't take a picture of your
Because
son
I
when he
would
had his
always
tongue
look
on the
good.
thing? Like, this is going on the gram.
But
Sorry,
what
bud.
I was thinking about is like I remember the first time that it kind of slapped. So you talk about like you hear these things over and over and over again, but until like it just is like that one time where it's like, oh my God, that's it. Yes. As I remember, I was like doom scrolling, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, even probably now sometimes, but I was scrolling.
Just
and
Instagram instead of TikTok.
Yes. And I had just had like a really like heartfelt conversation with a friend who's going through a super challenging time, right? And then I see on Facebook and it's like the Facebook post and the conversation
Yeah.
could not have been further from like the what was
100%.
happening. And I was like, oh, like, and I know we already
Yeah.
know that,
we
but
do
then
that.
like
No,
to
but
like
it's
in
different.
that, and
Yeah.
I think because it was like almost real time, it was like whoosh, like conversation post, like what? And then I was like, oh yeah. So now it's like when I still doom scroll sometimes, I'm like, oh, this is just that teeny tiny little bit. Like, and I even think when I'm gonna post, like, what am I putting up there? You know? So
Well, and that's that intention. Or why am I doing it, right? Am I doing this for
Yeah.
external validation?
Yes.
Or am I doing this because, and I struggle with that. And like, especially like coming back and like starting to dabble a little bit. And it's been like 6 days. So, but like
we
trying
gotta
to
keep this going.
Yeah.
You gotta
Right?
like
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, because-
motivation to
Dabbling.
start, but determination to finish.
dabbling.
Discipline to finish.
Well, because I, you know, like what am I doing this for? Am
Mm-hmm.
I, you know, and I think that there's always going to be a mix of reasons, and you're
Yeah.
going to find the positive and negative in all of your reasoning for any of your actions. But at some point, you need to kind of commit
yeah.
to something.
I really try.
and believe behind it that you're doing it for the reasons that you believe to be true.
Yeah. I think that's where like yoga for me is when I come to social media and I post, and probably people who follow me, all 350 of them on Instagram, not very many. I'm like a tiny little
I follow 'em.
Yeah,
nugget.
our followers.
But when I post, it is typically something that I hope will be inspirational to others
Yeah.
because it's maybe something that I'm feeling. So